across the front here. Okay. And I will build another farm, another ranch, sorry, for cattle, I think. And we'll put that in the corner here. What it probably also means is I need to drop a another grocer somewhere so that they actually be able to pick up their food. Because I think that's probably what's causing the hunger issues more than anything. And I'm also going to put a hospital down. That will cause less complaining about healthcare. Okay, so I'm currently sitting at $400,000 at 5% interest. So again, if we can get some more cash coming through, I can dump it in there. So I've got 10 ships available and I can't actually do a lot with them. So I'll get 2 ships using the gold route. I still need 80% for the USA. So I'm up to 65. Is there a cheap trade route I can do with them? What I could also do is actually bring in some of their goods if they have a trade route I can do. I could bring in gold. That will allow me to do more jewelry. And that will get me to 65, 75, I think? 65. Okay. Not the best. So now it's a bit more of the waiting game. Oh, great! I can do my I can regen my fish feeding pens now. There may also be some other upgrades I can do. Oh, I haven't got any cash to do it, so we'll wait a little bit before we do any of that. Yeah, I have pissed off the Russians, which is not great, but I think they're at the point where they're not at the point where they're going to invade. Once I get some more options for trade routes, I can probably pick that up a little bit. So I'm not too concerned with that at this stage.
The Russians want to start formal diplomatic relations with you. However, they say something is hampering the dialogue.
Yep, and this is the perfect reason why it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to get 10 relations with the USSR for exporting 5,000 rum. Okay, so it's going to start consuming electricity, but I can increase its effectiveness, which I want to do for this bit in time because it's going to give me more rum to export. Just checking to see if there's any farm plantation upgrades I might want to do. Yep, selective breeding for the corn. Bean processing for the coffee. Selective breeding for the corn again, and pollination, no, that's fine. Okay, so let's go. So now I'm going to increase my relations with the Russians once I can export that rum. Could actually do another sugar plantation to help that out as well. Yeah, I could actually put another sugar plantation right here. And that will mean I've got plenty of sugar to export. I've got 525 on the island now too, so let's just look at my buildings. Infrastructure, I only got 4 Teamsters offices, so I need 2 more Teamsters offices pretty much straight away. Because we can already see we've got quite a bit of stuff sitting around here that's not being used. So let's throw a Teamsters office down here. And we will also put one, where else have I got stuff sitting around that needs to go? There's a fair bit there and there, so a Teamster's office in this vicinity would probably be also useful once I get some cash. I'm going to put my Teamster's offices on high priority too because I need to get them up straight away. The hospital here can wait. It's not that important. So we've already got 1,000 of that 5,000 rum being exported, so my USSR influence will increase quite soon. Just going to have a look at some more of these trade routes. So here we go, I've got some stuff now. I can export gold to the Russians. I can export logs to them once I get to 30, that is. If I had a bauxite mine, that would be quite good. I could get that to the US. So once I get the USSR up a little bit higher, I'll be okay.
We tried to discover the mock.
Oh, great. So now I've got some other things that'll help with my relations with the other countries. I can do total propaganda for media independence, which means no liberty, higher budget for subsidised media, but they'll convert voters, and then independent media will provide more liberty. Independent media will also piss off the USSR, so I think at this stage, subsidised is probably the best choice because it's going to give me the best of both worlds. For personal rights, I can do total state control, which again is low liberty, police state for security surveillance, so I'll find my special citizens, such as the rebels, will find faster, and then we'll also have open society where basically it's maximum liberty. You can't assassinate or banish anyone anymore. So that ruins a bit of fun. So I'm going to pick security surveillance. And then for personal rights, for economic structure, we've got planned economy. So buildings with managers get an extra 10% bonus. Plutocracy gives you 20% to the Swiss bank account. Or free market means budget impact on building effectiveness is stronger. I'm going to choose planned economy here because I think getting the extra 10 bonus for managed buildings is going to be useful. So what that's going to do too is it's going to affect the way everyone sees me. So now, because I've changed planned economy, USSR is back up. Because I chose planned economy, USA is down. But that means though that I can use their trade routes. So now I can export those pineapples to the Russians. I can export that wool. I can export the gold. I'm already doing that though, so that's fine. So I can export those logs. I can't do pharmaceuticals because I don't have any. I can do the jewelry to the US, so I'm going to get 2 ships on that. I'm going to get 1 ship on pineapples and 1 ship on the milk. That leaves me with 1 more ship to put onto let's put it onto, let's leave it for now. And so now with all those trade routes, we are still, I think, at 60-35. So, yeah, I'm not too concerned with the relations with USSR or USA getting too low. There are ways to pick them up quite quickly, as you've seen once you start putting the... so it's 61-36 now. So once you start using the different constitution options, that helps. And you can also see it's had a really big uptick in my acceptance, or so my popularity vote. So I'm now at 69%. I think I was in the mid-50s before. So that means that I'm less likely to have any issues when we get to an election coming up. So here's one problem we've got at the moment. I don't have enough gold. So what I'm going to need to do is take some money out of the treasury, and I'm going to put it into these gold mines up here. And I'm not going to use the automated mine because that's going to not give me enough jobs. So let's get this road up the hill here. I'm going to quick build the mine though to get it up straight away so that we have enough gold. Probably going to need to put a little bit more cash on it because I don't have enough, have anything up there for it. So we're at 5%. I'm going to put that 10 grand, 20 grand back in just because the 5% is going to go through pretty quick and it should get me towards the end of the mission. And seeing as I mentioned before, I'm in Australia, it's now about 10 to 1 and I am getting quite hungry. So I would like to get some food into me quite soon before I come back this afternoon and play some more of these missions. And again, we're at 44 for the Russians now, 65 for USA. Once we export that rum, we get 15 to the USSR, so we should be back to 60-60 again. That's right, I need to put my extra Teamsters office down. I'll probably need another one quite soon too. Once I hit 600, I'll want to have that one extra in there. So my exports are going quite well. Again, I'm not getting enough gold coming through. We've got a protest. There's a protest down here. Why are these people protesting? Where are they to start with? Can't actually see where the protesters are. They're protesting the palace though. They are protesting because they're unhappy. It doesn't say why they're unhappy, so I can either send the army, I could buy them off if I wanted, or I can negotiate with them. I'm going to negotiate, and I'm going to actually probably guess it's either the environmentalists who are upset with my pollution, or it's the maybe someone who's upset with housing or something.
Comrade Presidente, I come with dire news.
Huh.
My environmentalist comrades uncovered a carefully woven imperialistic plan to bring about the extinction of the rare Tropican fur-bearing trout.
Yep, so it's the environmentalists who want me to get rid of my logging camps. I'm not going to do that because I don't care about 15 standing with the environmentalists, and with good reason. If I go to my factions, the environmentalists, there's only 130 voters, so they're not going to make a difference. So what I am going to do is I'm going to send in the army to get rid of them. Because, you know, I really don't need these people protesting wherever they are. I can't actually see where the protesters are. Looks like they may actually be inside the treasury, inside the palace though. But I'm sending the
Presidente, remember that show where we wanted to execute whoever was responsible because of the things they said about you? Well, now we have a solution.
So I've got manager skills for entertainment buildings. But anyway, so here's my soldiers trying to eradicate the dastardly protesters, which it looks like they've done. So yeah, now I've got managers for entertainment buildings. So now I can say I get more customers served, which would be good. So I'm actually going to put that person in there. And then, because the budget on the power plant is no good, I'm going to put the money grabber in there. Environmentalist is going to go into the steel mill. The rum distillery is going to get another environmentalist. And then I'm going to put a mentor into the cigar factory. And then wherever my restaurant is, we'll put the admin in as well. So that gives it a bit more use. So there's a little bit of micromanaging with the managers in the building, but it does pay off in the end because you the amount of increased effectiveness that you can get from a lot